How you doing, guys? This is Brian Massa. So I have the unique opportunity of showing you of what happens when storm and bad weather attacks at Disney World. So I was trapped at Epcot because the Skyliner's down, and that's usually how I take back to Pop Century where I'm staying. But that's shut down, and that would be until further notice because there's lightning in the area and thunder and all that good stuff. So basically, they take recovery buses from the boardwalk, which is in walking distance of the Skyliner station at Epcot at International Gateway. You walk over to the boardwalk, come over to the buses, and they have buses going to all the resorts that the Skyliner stops at. So that's a good way to answer any questions about what happens when storms attack and you get stranded at a park, at least Epcot. So here we are. We're on the bus back to Epcot. So what I can do is when I go back to the bus stop at Epcot, I can then walk over to the turnstile where the bus is for my hotel and take it from there. I was trying to explain that at the waiting for this bus to people. They were getting kind of upset with cast members. Don't do that, because they're just as stressed out as everybody else is. Disney had plans for these types of things, so just remain calm. There are a lot of pros. There are a lot of cast members that can help you out. If they had listened, that you can go to Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Disney Springs, any of those stops that the buses were going to. There are bus stops for your hotels at those parts of the resort, at the parks and at Disney Springs. So they spent a little bit more time arguing than listening to the cast members. So that's one big important thing when you come here to Disney World, is you always just listen to your cast members, have some patience with them, and they'll help you out. Remember also that if you have reservations that are going to get delayed for something like this, like the Skyliner being down and you being rerouted to a different place to pick up a bus to go somewhere else, Disney's very good about forgiving those reservations. If you're just calm, let them know, even call the restaurant and say, hey, I got delayed because the Skyliner got shut down and I was kind of trapped at International Gateway. I mean, you're never really trapped. I could have, if I wanted to, I could have walked in the rain all the way around to the main gate, but I wanted to bring this to you guys to show you what are the options besides walking all the way around the park. So to recap, what I did is I left the International Gateway station, walked over to Boardwalk, which only took a couple of minutes, hopped the bus at Boardwalk back to Epcot. I'm going to get to the main bus stop at Epcot. I'm going to jump off this bus and I'm going to get onto the bus to my resort. I have a reservation tonight at 6 o'clock at Animal Kingdom, but if it were a little bit closer, if it were like 3 or 4 o'clock, I think it's 1:51 right now. So they always say try to leave an hour to get anywhere you need to go. But in something like this, you're going to need a couple of hours. So if my reservation were say at 2 o'clock or 2:15 or 3 o'clock, my best interest would have been to call the restaurant and let them know, and they're really good at accommodating you, because they and just like you as a guest can't control the weather, and delays happen, and Skyliner does not run when there's lightning in the area. Unfortunately, it looks like the thunder and lightning is going to continue for a couple of hours here, so I couldn't just stand still and wait for the Skyliner to come back on. So that's why I'm taking this route, to show you, there are other options and other things to do to get around the resort. Besides that, I could have also called an Uber, but I'm sure there's hundreds of people trying to call Ubers right now. The minivan service is unfortunately not working right now. Don't know when that's going to come back, but try to get a little bit creative with your buses. Take a bus to a park and then hop from that bus that dropped you off at the park, hop onto your resort bus. So that's just the way around things, and a little bit of tips and tricks when storms attack at Disney World. I'm still having a great time though.